guys, welcome to Make It Dairy Free. I'm Larisha.
I am Andrew.
And today we are going to be taste testing a product that was recommended by one of our viewers, which is Franklin Farms Chickpea Tofu. Well, I don't know if she was saying specifically Franklin Farms, but like they asked if we could review chickpea tofu.
Oh, okay.
So I finally found it at a local natural health store. And so I decided to pick up a couple of packages and we are going to cook it up and taste it. What I like about this package immediately from like most tofu packages, like soy-based tofu, is that it gives preparation instructions. I feel like a lot of people are scared to cook tofu because they're not sure how to cook tofu.
Unaware.
So it's nice that they tell you exactly how to do it right on the label.
Yeah, for sure. I like the suggested ways to cook it.
Right. So as far as allergens, the ingredients inside of this are water and chickpea flour. That's it. So it's pretty much good for everyone that has top 9 allergies, but also other allergens as well, unless you're allergic to chickpeas, and then we're sorry. What do you think about it? Like,
first impressions is what you're trying to say?
Yep.
Yeah. So first impression, I wanted to feel on it because I was like, I wonder if the texture is gonna be weird. But feeling on it feels very much like super firm tofu to me. And I don't know if that's because of the way it's refrigerated or something.
Oh, it just says keep refrigerated. We do have one that we froze and unthawed like we do traditional tofu.
Thawed.
What did I say, unthawed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always say unthawed, and Andrew's like, it's just thawed. It's just one thawed. It's not unthawing. But so these haven't been though. These are just straight in the fridge, but it does feel firmer than other things. My mind.
Are you okay?
Yes. This is a 12.5-ounce package, which I believe most tofu packages are 14 ounces, so slightly less.
It's a good call out.
Yes, but it also, so the price, we haven't seen it in other stores. There is a store locator that we'll link in the description, but it is $4.89 for a package, whereas we typically get tofu at Aldi and it's only $2 there. So significantly more. Yeah. But again, like if you have allergens and you need something like this, it's pretty spot on with, I believe, what the pumpkin tofu price was.
I was actually hoping it would be cheaper, actually.
Than that?
Yeah, because I think that's one of my gripes about like when a product comes out that is beneficial to folks is that it seems like the price hike is there.
Right.
I mean, I understand it sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah, like if I type shopping into Google and type in pumfu, it's around $6, it says. But again, that's not like saying what it is inside of the store. Yeah. But I was pretty sure it wasn't quite $6 when we bought it. Also, pumfu I feel like has come down slightly because they have so many products now and they're in a lot more stores. So okay. I don't know, but you anything before we go cook this?
I got nothing. I say we just go cook it, taste it, and give a review.
All right, we're gonna go cook it up. All right, we are back. We cooked 3 different ways. So the first one we typically recommend when you are looking for a meat-like texture on tofu that you freeze it, then thaw it, then press it. So that's what we did with this one. This one, we just patted it dry straight out of the package. And then this one, we pressed it not frozen. So just open the package, put it in the tofu press, and moved on. Okay. Cooking, right?
I'm not really sure. You said we cooked 3 different ways. I think you mean we prepped 3 different ways, but cooked it all the same way. Yes. I was confused. I was like, what are we saying?
We cooked it by lightly coating it in some cornstarch. Yeah. You could also use arrowroot powder if you don't do cornstarch, and then lightly fried it in a little bit of oil, and then drained the oil and tossed it in. This is teriyaki sauce, but you can use any sauce, right?
Yep.
Okay, you ready to try?
I think so.
All right, we're gonna try this one first. So this one has been frozen and then pressed. What we noticed was there's not as drastic difference in the frozen chickpea tofu than it looks like when you freeze soy tofu. And it also basically was crumbling apart when you were trying to cut it. So those are some pretty big differences. But once it was coated in cornstarch and then the oil started, it seemed like it coagulated, like it held together. Not coagulated. We're just gonna eat. Are you ready? It adhered together.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What you got?
You're gonna say it's way too soft.
The tofu?
Mm-hmm.
So what you got is what you think I have.
It's funny because like
I was
almost
gonna ask you
immediately-
I was asking what your opinion was.
Well, I'm almost surprised that you didn't spit it out.
Well, I took a small one.
Oh, okay.
I took a little guy. Like I didn't take a whole guy, but I took a little guy.
It is very soft, and it's almost like. So once you get through, like the outside is once you get through the crunchy part of the frying outside texture,
Yeah.
the inside basically tastes like you have mashed potatoes in your mouth.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good reference. I like that one.
So
I like that one. No, I was a little afraid as I kept going. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have a bigger one, but I'm gonna try it again anyway.
you're brave.
Yeah, I know. Just today though.
He makes like little noises that I know the mic won't pick up, but he's like, like it's very subtle though. No, it's a no.
I don't think so.
Okay, so let's see if like prepping it differently will change your opinion. So this one is pressed, which y'all, there was 0 water in the tofu press after pressing it. So I don't think there's gonna be any difference in these two, but we did it just to test it out. You're scared now, aren't you?
I'm honestly, I want to cut one because I'm like, although that took a little bit to cut, so who knows. I feel like it was ever so slightly
Firmer?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like maybe the frozen one retained more water, even though it was pressed.
I agree.
Let's just try this one just to go with it. I feel like they're the same.
These two?
I will say, we have pictures in the post that will be linked in the description. It looked like a block of cheese straight out of the package. Like it was very smooth on all the sides. When you cut into it, it looked like you were cutting a piece of cheese. Like that's like the best way to describe it. So I don't know, but that inside texture is just like, it's literally like you fried mashed potatoes.
This is honestly really good in terms of taste, but I just can't get past the softness of it. Like if you are someone who likes a soft tofu, then I think you're gonna love this because this is definitely like a little less than medium firm
No.
tofu, and anything below. I wouldn't say as soft as like a silken, but definitely like if there was a moment between medium firm and whatever the next one is down,
soft,
then it would be like right there and down. Like it's either soft or like almost medium firm, between comparing all the textures that we just had. Is what I'm doing.
I will agree with you that I think the taste of it, like you don't get like a lot of people say like chickpea things have a briny taste.
Okay.
I don't think you get any of that. And you don't get like a floury taste that you may expect from having just 2 ingredients being water and chickpea flour. So the taste is very neutral. It takes on the sauce very well.
It does.
It's just an odd inside texture when you're chewing.
True. And honestly, that's my only gripe. As far as like this flavor though, it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's better than normal tofu flavor to me. But on the other end, the texture, I want something a bit more firmer. So if you're a below medium firm or like right at that softer version of a medium firm tofu person, you're gonna love this.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Andrew won't eat it just plain without any sauce, but I left one without sauce here, so I can try it. And even just the plain, I think it tastes better than like I've popped cubes of like tofu in my mouth before. Like it tastes better than that. Before we get off, we do want to talk about the nutrition fact differences.
You said before we get off, are we like?
Are
we dismounting like a horse or something? I'm not like I don't understand. What do you mean before we get off?
I don't know.
Also, is riding a horse not a vegan thing?
No.
It's not vegan to do.
Most people will say no because
don't ride a horse.
Yeah, because they can be hurt.
Oh, see, I had no idea like that. I was just thinking of that because there's other things with animals that I never even considered would be, I guess, not a vegan thing to do or would harm the animal. And I'm still learning after, 5-6 years of being vegan.
Yeah, I think that, and I mean, chime in the comments. I think people will say like, well, if you rescue horses or you own horses, like obviously they're not usually getting ridden all day long, multiple times a day. And some people are okay with that. But like as far as like pony rides or like going to pay to go horseback riding, like those horses are worked a lot and potentially can have other problems because of that, especially at like pony rides and stuff like that.
No, that would absolutely make sense. I was wondering more on the end, like if you bought a horse, you owned a horse and you were like taking care of it, if that was like harmful to the horse to be trying to be on it. But I guess in thinking about it, having that extra weight on your back, it's got to be in some way probably a bit of a harm.
Also, we don't own horses, so if you own a horse and you want to chime in on the vegan aspect of horseback riding, feel free.
I mean, maybe horses actually love it though, right? Like maybe the horse is like
feels like it's being cuddled or something.
Yeah, like it feels like that's one, like wow, I got a blanket on, or like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this blanket is amazing. I don't know. Okay. Although, don't you cover horses with blankets, and are they weighted blankets?
I don't know if they're weighted, but they do have, some do have blankets.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would cover my horse with a blanket. Just. Why do your face look like that?
I'm just laughing at you.
All right, I'm sorry. I completely went somewhere else.
It's okay.
All right, what do we got?
Nutrition facts. This is the same serving size that we're comparing. So it is 3 ounces. A normal block of tofu, I'm comparing with the Aldi tofu, extra firm, is 80 calories. The chickpea tofu is 70, so it's slightly less calories. Fat is 4 grams and soy tofu 1 gram, so a pretty big reduction as far as fat goes. There is no sodium or cholesterol in either one. Carbs in soy tofu is 2 grams, whereas in chickpea tofu is 10 grams. And then protein is 8 grams in soy tofu and only 4 grams in the chickpea one. It doesn't say added sugar, but there is 1 gram of sugar in the chickpea tofu and none in the soy one. So you follow nutrition facts way more than I do.
Okay.
Especially because like you lift and stuff. So what is your opinion, I guess, on less tofu, more carbs, basically the same amount of calories, and then less fat?
I don't have I guess like when you say what is my opinion, are we talking about like which one would I choose, or is one better than the other? I guess let me understand that part.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying like which one, like being what you do every week, like which one would you still, like are you leaning towards the one still with higher protein and the fat doesn't matter, or? Well,
the fat, people don't know this often, but fat in food is actually good sometimes.
Right.
Because the fat helps carry the nutrients throughout the body. So I would actually go with the more protein, and when you said significantly, like, you know, an extra 3 grams of fat isn't actually that bad. Which is what I leaned over to look at again.
1%
because
versus 5.
I heard you say significantly, and I don't think I played into what the number was.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's not that big of a difference.
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
not when you're comparing this. Plus, we're not comparing apples to apples, right? Like, this still is a bigger block of...
No, it's the same serving size. Both of them say 3 ounces.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, then either way, that small amount isn't that bad. Actually, people say tofu is low in fat.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, when you think about tofu in comparison to, like, most other foods, tofu is actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's just even lower in fat.
It's not, that being even lower is pretty cool. I really wish there was a hybrid of these two, though. Because
like a chickpea soy tofu.
yeah, because this actually tastes like, I really love the taste of this to the point that I would almost consistently try. I like the taste of mushrooms, hate the texture of mushrooms, like to the bone. I can't do it. So, but I still try every once in a while, even though like maybe 3 times a year, I don't know, but I still will try all the time just to see if I like my taste buds are like, oh, you know what, this texture doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I was quickly looking on my phone to see. I believe that Mary's Test Kitchen, also here on YouTube, has a chickpea tofu recipe. I was trying to see, she plays with tofu in variations like nobody's business, but I was curious if she had a combination of the two. So Mary, if you happen to be watching, maybe you can play around with that and create Andrew's unicorn of tofu.
I would be in utopia with that tofu right there.
All right, so if you have tried chickpea tofu, let us know in the comments what you think. We will share the preparation for how we cooked this inside of the description, as well as there being a full blog post about everything there is to know, store locator, and stuff like that. Anything else you have to add?
Sorry, I don't really know if I completely answered the question or remember, but price, nutrition, what I'm looking for, value of how much more you get, it would still be soy based for me for the choice of, you know, what I would want. Yeah.
And I just want to clarify, like, if you can't have soy or pumpkin for whatever reason and you need to try the chickpea tofu, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this. There's just a texture difference that I think some people are like, if you're comparing it to soy-based tofu, you're gonna be like, that's different. But if you can't have tofu, if you can't have the soy tofu or you've never had it before, you have nothing to compare to, I think you're gonna be fine.
I also want to say this. So before being vegan, we would eat things that were completely like not even nearly that healthy. And I mean like real bad, like fried mozzarella balls and things like that. So they fry mashed potatoes, right?
Yes.
Like that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole like exterior being crunchy and interior being soft kind of thing is actually kind of a good thing, right? So I think the problem with our comparison is that it's going directly towards like it being, you know, to tofu instead of rather than it just being its own thing. Yeah. Because when I think about it that way, I didn't mind fried mashed potatoes. And I also don't mind like French fries where you parboil them and then you fry them in order to get that softer inside. Right. Right. So if I think about it that way, I probably can see myself on the chickpea tofu train at some point.
When that price comes down.
Yeah, 100% when the price comes down. Yeah, for sure. But that, just wanted to make that point there that this, I think, is still a good or great value, I should say, especially if you haven't tried it. Don't take this review as, let me not.
Right, absolutely.
Okay,
yep.
Cool.
All right, guys, we hope you loved this video. It was good to be back and do a taste test with Andrew again here, and we will see you guys in another video.
Believe in good.
Bye.
Peace.